Hello and good morning, everyone. This is Terry Miller, and with me is Brandy Mullen. Good morning, Brandy.
Morning. Hi.
Hi, beautiful. This is our very first show of Angel Speakers TV, and we are just so excited to be bringing this to you live on the air. And we're hoping that we will get some viewers that will join in with questions or comments, anything that you want to say to us. For those of you who are not familiar with us, we are Angel Speakers. We're a network of light workers. And, you know, when I had the vision for Angel Speakers, it was to share the light out there into the world. And it's not that we're speaking for angels, it's angels are speaking through us. And when they speak through us, it's through the things that we do, the things we say, our actions, songs. You know, Brandy, I heard you sing so beautifully last night on your prayer show, and I just thought, you know, that's the angels just singing through her because it was such a beautiful sound, and I just loved it. I loved listening to you, and that's what it's all about. You know, it's about sharing ourselves, sharing what we have inside of us, because as light workers, we have so much light and it can't be contained in this human body. So we just share it out there and we let others see it in doing so. And I'm just so glad that you're on this journey with me, Brandy. I love having you on the TV show, on the radio shows. You know, you're in my Angel Speakers group, and I'm in your Goddess Light group on Facebook, and we just lift up, you know, people and share that energy out there, and that's what it's all about. And thank you so much for being a part of this journey.
Thank you for having me. This journey has been amazing so far. And I would say you took your angel wings and just said, "Come on, Brandy. Come on, girl."
That's right. And you did in a big way. You showed up, you know, and you put it out there for everybody, and I just so appreciate that. You know, you're always lifting up Angel Speakers, and you know, just telling people about what it's all about, you know, which is what I just said, just sharing our light, letting other people know that there's hope out there. And that's the one thing that most of us just, you know, we need that. We need to hear there's hope.
Yeah.
In our everyday lives, you know, when the big things come, for sure, but even in our everyday lives, we need to know that we're not alone. And that's our big message. You are not alone. You know, there's people, there's light workers that are here for whatever the need is. And I'm just so happy that we're on this journey and that we can start and possibly reaching people we haven't reached on the radio. You know, it was just like Spirit just told me it's time to start doing this. So I'm putting it out here on Fridays. Brandy will be with me, and we're going to talk about gratitude. Huge in my life, and I know it is in your life as well, Brandy.
Yes.
And then on Mondays, I will be back on the air with Karen Palmer and Lisa Jo Davis, and we'll talk about peace, and we'll talk about angels, and Lisa has a group called Hosting the Archangels, so we'll talk about what that means. And, you know, it's just, right now, those are going to be the days. That's what they've told me, is to end the week on Fridays with gratitude and to start the week with peace and sharing out how we can have more peace in our lives.
I love it. Got to start with peace. And then, you know, that gratitude is amazing. Gratitude just raises the vibration so high, and it's just so amazing. I remember someone used to say, you know, when the praises go up, the blessings go down. But really, when you become thankful for everything that you have and everything that, you know, sometimes we take things for granted because it's always readily available. But, you know, sometimes we have to take a look and say, okay, I'm happy, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for this. You know, because things could be a lot different, but vibrational energy of that gratitude soars you to the next level. It's like amazing. And you know, we're in the black new moon that we didn't know anything about. So, you know, it's amazing. I'm having 2 new moons in 1 month. It's amazing. And it only happens every 2.5 years. So, and we're having this show right now. So even with the talking about gratitude and the new beginnings that are happening, I'm super excited.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You know, new beginnings. And I think when we're grateful for anything new in our life, or for anything in our life, but especially when new things start happening, we get more of that. You know, that's the way we bring in abundance. That's the way we call things to us, is through the gratitude, the attitude of gratitude. And Debbie Garcia, I love her so much. And she says, gratitude is lovitude. You know, we're just so in love with just life and in love with that uplifting spirit. And the way we get things, the way we get more of that feeling and the more things we want to call to us is to actually feel like we already have it, to hold that in our heart, that we already have it, we're grateful for having it. Even though we're not seeing the manifestation of it in the physical form, we still see it in our hearts. And then that vibration goes out to the universe, and that's what calls all of that stuff to us, all of that love, all of that abundance. You know, that's how we get it. And so many people don't understand that. You know, they come when they want something, see the manifestation of it. They have to actually see it, touch it, feel it before they're grateful for it. But the gratitude has to start before all of that.
Yes.
And Brandy, I think that's the key. Don't you think so?
I think it's the key. I think it's the key. It reminds me of Philippians 4, the whole Bible, and talks probably King James Version on it. You know, prayer with supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known unto God, and the peace that surpasses all understanding shall guard your hearts and your minds. Jesus, you know, finding that, you know, like you said, the prayer for supplication, you know, putting that intention out there and then believing it. You know, it's all about the believing of it. And then once you believe it, everything that you believe, you're going to begin to feel. And like you said, it's going to, it's just like the law of attraction of vibration. It happens, you know, naturally. So once you believe it, you begin to feel it. And then that energy in motion, emotion, attracts everything of like frequency all around you at a radius. So, you know, praying about it, believing it in your mind, renewing your mind, you're going to feel the way what you're believing. Once you feel intention, once the energy gets out there, you know, you are actually, and gratitude is one of the wonderful things, wonderful, most highest vibrating energies that you can put out there. You're getting everything around you, attracted to all blessings. Um, and that is because of that wonderful gratitude, you know, that thanksgiving. You know, it's part of any manifestation process. And whatever you put into yourself, whatever you give yourself, you know, just like what we give others, it comes back to us. What we give to ourselves, we're sending it out. We're going to receive it back also. And that's energy. That's not just, you know, tangible things. That's, you know, energy also. So, you know, what we have to be mindful what we put into our minds, what we think, how we, you know, what we believe. But it's important to believe. It's important to, like Terry said, see it before you can see it. You know, you got to see it. You got to claim it for yourself. You got to know it. And, you know, it works. It's the law of attraction, law of vibration. And it's amazing gratitude. Once you get into the place of gratitude, there's no stopping you. You know, there's no stopping you. Like literally everything that you, it's so beautifully, it's such a high, one of the highest vibrations you can put out there.
Yeah, it really is. You know, I started doing a gratitude journal probably almost 3 years ago. I read a book by Rhonda Byrne called The Magic. If you're not familiar with that, it's a workbook. It's not something you just sit and read for leisure. It's a workbook to help you look at the magic of gratitude. And that's what really turned me on to just doing daily gratitude. I was grateful before for things in my life, you know, and would I would say my gratitude, but I never really focused on it daily as a daily practice until about 3 years ago, and that really turned my life around. It really makes a difference when you do that. And in that book, she has you every day list 10 things you're grateful for. So for 30 days, I did this, and you know, it takes 21 days to create a new habit. So in that 30 days, I created that new habit of just journaling, being grateful for everything. You know, no matter how small it is, you know, somebody could just say a kind word, and I was grateful for that, you know, because that lifted my vibration. It doesn't take much at all to lift the vibration of another person. A kind word, just being there, you know, a hug, all of these things make such a difference. So in that, doing that journaling, that place of daily looking at what I can be more grateful for and how to bring more things in my life to be grateful for. And then I met Bob Miller, and Bob was such a dear friend, you know, and he was the king, the guru of gratitude. Every day he came online, you know, and he would share out who he was grateful for. It was like, today I'm grateful for blah, 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 blah. And he would just list like a whole group of people he was grateful for. And, you know, we all of us that knew him, we would turn on, you know, when we came online to Facebook, and we're like, oh, did Bob say gratitude to me today? You know, it was like, you wish that he would shout out, you know, your name as gratitude. And he did so many times. You know, he lifted up everybody. Everybody was just in awe of him, just never wavering, simply putting that out there of gratitude. And that's what I want to do, to carry on his legacy. You know, after he passed, I started a gratitude face on my own. And my gratitude face, you can see it sitting behind me on the shelf. Every day I write out a note card to someone, and I tell them I'm grateful for them. I write out the date and the day I'm doing it. And I think today is like 122 for me. And I send this out to them. I send out a message, a picture, and just say, today I'm grateful for you. And it makes a difference. And I've tried to get this movement going. So now we have the Gratitude Face event on Facebook. And if you're not on that, come join us, because it lifts two people. It lifts you, and it lifts the person that you send it out to. And then who knows how many people are affected once you do that, once you send that to someone else. You know, we don't know how many lives we're affecting. Gratitude out there and put out that positive, I call it pure positive energy, because that's what Abraham calls it. That's what Paul Santisi calls it, another one of my mentors. And putting out pure positive energy is what is going to raise this vibration of the world. With that, Brandy, I think that's where it's all about, is putting that type of energy out there.
Yes.
As much as we can.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. I'm just, you know, at one point in my life, I just had to get over into that vibration, because I felt like, when I got to the place where why isn't this happening? And, you know, this is supposed to happen, and why is my life like this? And all of this complaining. And, you know, Spirit was like, you know, you have water that you can actually go, even if it is, you know, tap water, you can go get water, clean water out of your faucet. You know, you woke up this morning and you were able to get up and walk and go to the bathroom. You were able, you know, there's so many things that we take for granted. And so Spirit was like, yeah, you need to get into some gratitude. So I was totally humbled. I felt like everything was stripped from me. to the point to where I had no choice in the matter but to get humble and say, I'm just thankful for this. I'm thankful. I find gratitude in this. I find gratitude in that. And then it was almost like the foundation of ego was like really just diminished. Like this little foundation I had of ego. And it happens every once in a while still to this day. I gotta be, okay, that's not a good foundation. We're uprooting that right now. And you always there's never a time that you can get to the place where gratitude, oh, I've given enough gratitude. No. Never a time. It's important. It is imperative for us to just get into the vibrational energy of, I show gratitude for this. People in our lives, things that are happening, even on the scale of because sometimes we're like, oh, I'm only doing this. It's not this. This is the bigger vision. But having gratitude for even the resources that you have to do what you need to do will actually attract that which you're looking for and that which the bigger vision is. But sometimes oh, well, it's not the big vision. No, it is a big vision. It is a part of that. And even getting in the avenue of gratitude allows us to, getting in that energy of gratitude just helps us to attract the bigger vision. It's all about, us I mean, once you begin to because I had to do this at work the other day, I said to myself, okay, Brandy, I made a song at work and everyone's like, Brandy, what? You're making a song? And I said, yeah. I was like, I am thankful for this job. I'm thankful for, and I had to get over into that energy, especially because I started seeing the angel synchronicities. I see them all day at work. And so I had to not only be thankful for my angels that were telling me I'm at the right place at the right time, but I had to get over into the vibrational energy because they're telling me, yeah, change your vibration, get into a positive feeling. And I know that that's one of the highest vibrating energies that I could give myself and put out there in the universe.
I love that. I love it, love it, love it. You're always making songs. I know you made the Angel Speakers song.
I wanna, I really I hear that song all day long in my head, like Angel Speakers. So
I love it. Yes. And I just love your energy. And that is so cool because, who knows who you affected by doing that at work? How many people just treat their work like, oh, I have to be here, between 9 to 5 or whatever it is, and don't really see that they can be joyful in being there. They can be grateful in being there. And there's just one little thing that they can do to totally change the world. And instead of saying, I have to go to work, I have to go to this job today, get to go to this job today.
Yeah.
I get to go to work. I have a job and I get to go to it. What a change in perspective, And Wayne Dyer, I so love him and still love him. He said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Yes.
How powerful is that? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And it's like, wow, looking at it in a whole new light, such as I get to go to work. I get to go to the grocery store. I hate grocery shopping, but I get to go to the grocery store. I have enough money to go buy food to put in my refrigerator, to put food on the table, to feed my cats. I mean, there were honestly, there were days when I was like, okay, I've got to feed the cats. No, I'm not going to worry about myself, but I have to feed the cats. Yeah. That was when I was in a place of lack and a place of, worrying about, will I be able to pay the rent this month? Will I be able to, have gas to get to where I need to go? I was in that low place. And now with, gratitude has turned my life around to such a point that now I get to go to the grocery store. And I love that. I absolutely love that. It makes such a difference when you change your perspective about things. And gratitude will definitely change that perspective in a heartbeat. It's just a matter of doing it. It's just like, just do it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so awesome. As you said that, have you ever heard of Darlene Bishop? She Back in the day, I don't know if she's still on TBN because I don't really watch much television, but back in the day, she was this televangelist. I didn't know she was in Ohio. I actually am about like an hour away from the church, but she has a book. Darlene Bishop has a book called "My Life Changes." My life changed. No, my words changed my life, or yeah, something like that. So that was the first time I had ever heard that. That you're no, my life follows my words. That's what it is. My life follows my words.
Okay.
I had never heard of that before, and I read this book, and she was just basically talking about, how you're saying like I'm thankful I get to go to the store, but your life follows your words. How you even just just everything you say, everything you speak into existence, it happens. And then the perception in which you're even thinking, like, change your mindset. Okay, I'm not going to see it this way, changing the perception, changing that, perception. And then once you begin to speak it out of your mouth, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, so then you're giving that vibrational energy out there, changing, even not just in our mind, changing our perception, but actually speaking it into existence, the way that we have reached our mind to do so is amazing. It's amazing. It really does. I mean, manifestation on like a whole nother level when you understand that what you're speaking is going to, come to pass. What you're thinking is going to come to pass. It's just good to change your perception on it. But that My Life Follows My Words book really changed my life, and it was by Darlene Bishop. Awesome, awesome lady.
Awesome. I will definitely look that up. Yeah, and it's so true. What we say, we do speak into existence. And so that's why it's so, and not even saying, not even speaking it, even thinking it. And that's why it's so important to keep our thoughts positive. Because if we're thinking, along the line of, oh, everything's so horrible, my life is just miserable. And we can find a million things to complain about. Trust me, I know I can. I've done it before. But it's like now I try to think of the positive. What can I think of, that's great and wonderful in my life? And I've never been a real materialistic person. Things just don't, I know there are things I have to have, but I'm not one that just like gathers things because I can.
Right.
Things just don't have that much importance to me. It's like people definitely, that's where the importance is, focusing on people and how can I make this a better world for those of us who are cohabiting here. How can I put peace, love, and joy out into our universe for others? And so then I have to tell you the story that happened to me last night. I don't know if you read, because I did post it online. I went to the grocery store last night. I got to go to the grocery store last night. And I didn't want to go. It was like, it's one of those things that I procrastinated about.
Mm-hmm.
The cats needed, so I said, okay, I really do have to go. So I went to the grocery store, and as I was coming out of the store, walking toward my car, I watched as a round pickup truck ran into the side of my car. I stood there and watched this happen.
Oh my goodness.
And I just, I'm standing there, I'm going, am I really seeing this? Did this really just happen? And then my alarm, of course, went off on the car. I'm going, yeah, that really did happen then. She really did hit me. So I'm walking, I get over to the car, turn the alarm off, and she gets out of her truck, and she was just a mess. She was a mess. She was just a ball of anxiety, just crying and apologizing. And so I walk around and I look at the damage, which my car is not a brand new car, it's an older car. It's got dents and dings in it anyway. just like scraped going down the side of the car, just scraped. It wasn't really anything, nothing was broken, nothing was really damaged, just like scraped some of the paint off. So hard. And I said, honey, I'm not even going to worry about this. This is nothing. There's nothing broken. There's nothing. Car is already dinged up, so don't even worry about it. And I mean, I just can't believe she just like melted. She was just like crying so hard because she couldn't believe that I was doing that. And I'm like, and I'm not saying this, you know, to build me up. I'm saying this is the way we should treat other people. If it had been, you know, a lot of damage, yeah, you know, we would have had to file a claim, but it was nothing. And that's what I'm telling her. It was nothing. And so I just stood there and held her while she just cried in the parking lot. Perfect stranger, never met her before. And she's just crying, and I'm holding her and telling her, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And she wanted to give me money, you know, to get my car detailed. And I said, she had a horrible day. Somebody had already broken the mirror on her truck at work. So, you know, things were just getting worse and worse for her. And I wanted to just stop it. I wanted to just stop that movement of the bad and turn it around, pivot it to the good, you know, and let her see that there is good in the world. You know, there are people that are not going to take advantage of you. There's people that are not going to try to, you know, get anything they can from you. And I have my Angelspeakers bumper sticker on my car. So as she was going, you know, we're going our different ways, she looked at my bumper and she goes, that's you. And I said, yeah, that is me. So it just made such a difference in one person's life. And then who knows, you know, from there, what will happen, you know, for her making a difference in other people's life. And that's the bottom line, folks. That's what it's all about, is if you can just affect one person in a positive manner, just share out that love in some way every day. You don't know whose life you're going to affect. You don't know that, you know, like somebody like her who had already had a bad day and it was getting worse, you know, it can be stopped. It can be turned around with just one kind word, one kind gesture. That's all it takes. That really is all it takes.
Yeah. And I like Terry. I didn't know that, by the way. So I'm like, what in the world? You know, so I'm sitting here like,
yeah,
really big, like, what? So I'm sorry that I'm glad that you're okay.
Oh, yeah.
But I love the fact that you said you realized her whole day, you know, that saying, like, when it rains, it pours, you know, and that really just happened because of the energy that we're giving off because, oh, I hate my day. It's a horrible day. I don't feel good today. And so we continue to believe that, we begin to feel it, and then we're sending it out. So everything of like frequency of horrible days and everything is just attracted to us, you know? So when she ran into you, she actually ran into her blessing because it was like kind of like really awesome how you stopped. And you said, you know, hey, it's okay, you know, and then helped her change her vibrational energy and helped her to, you know, look, it's okay, baby. It's going to be okay. My car is okay. You're okay. But what I want you to do is breathe. And I want you to, you know, realize that it's going to be okay. The rest of your day is going to be. So I love how you did that and you helped her to pivot. And I think that that's amazing. And I love that.
Thank you. Yeah. And that's exactly what I did. I said, just breathe, you know, just take a breath, stop, take a breath, just stop. Because she was just so upset and she was trying to figure out how she was going to pay for this. And, you know, and I'm going, just stop. It's okay. It's really okay. And she couldn't believe it. She was just like in shock. She's like, what? I said, it's really okay. You're not going to file a claim. No, I'm not going to do anything. And then she wanted to give me her number, you know, in case I won't change my mind. I'm not going to change my mind, you know. I'm not going to do anything against you. You're totally good. You know, everything's good. And that's just it. You know, that's lifting that vibration and just letting people know that there is love out there. There's pure positive energy out there. And so let's keep doing that. Let's keep putting that out into the world and live our words. You know, that's what's so important. We can say things and we can preach it all day. We have to live it.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
And so I love that, Terry. I love it a lot. And I'm pretty sure. And then she looked and said, "Oh, Angel Speakers, that's you, right?" Yes.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so, you know, putting that light out there. And I just think it's kind of symbolic how she was on the journey and she kind of ran into you, but she really ran into her blessing, and she'll never forget that. And she will pass it.
Exactly.
She will, give it forward and pass it forward and give that light. And this is something I want to let you know this. You're going to run into her again on another term. Like you guys are connected now, and I see you kind of seeing her again. And she'll remember you because of that bumper sticker. Like, oh yeah, there goes Terry. She'll never forget you.
It was divinely inspired for me to order those bumper stickers. I was like, okay, and I've given them out to several people, and I have mine on my car, and it's like, okay, I'm putting it out there, and I really know that it's a blessing to others just having that out there.
Yeah.
And you are such a blessing, my dear. And we are out of time. Oh my gosh, this went so fast.
It did.
And we did have viewers because it's showing on my screen, but I don't see anybody in the chat room. But that's okay. People did come on and watch, and I hope this has been a blessing to you. And Brandy and I will be here every Friday morning at 11 o'clock, and we'll put out more pure positive energy over the airwaves and into your ears. And we love you. We thank you for being with us. And Brandy, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me. I wouldn't have had it any other way. I love it so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything you want to say in closing?
Angelspeakers.com.
I love it. I love it. Thank you all again for being here. Have a blessed day. Bye now.